is here, and we've got Diana Cooper, who's done loads of stuff about angels, and this is a new book, is it? Or
that's A Little Light on Ascension. It's a sequel to A Little Light on Angels.
And what's
that's the double tape,
yeah.
A Little Light on Angels.
Right.
And that helps people to meet their guardian angel.
Great.
And it also takes them on journeys which have changed their lives.
Just to recap, Diana first got into this how many years ago? 15, did you say? 14?
Yeah.
14, when she was going through a divorce, it was all horrible, and she was sitting in a chair, and she said, if there's anything there, I want some evidence and I want some help now. I'll give you an hour. And you had an out-of-body experience. You went for a fly, with a little fly through the air with an angel.
I did, for a long fly through the air, for an hour, yes, and it was amazing, and it changed my whole life.
And we were discussing the fact there seems to be a bit of a gender difference in that more women, perhaps, than men believe in angels. A lot of very famous women believe in them. Hillary Clinton often wears an angel brooch, it's said, when she's facing a very difficult day. And Marcia Clark, the O.J. Simpson prosecutor, often wore an angel brooch.
Really? Well, so does Judy sometimes.
Well, yes, but that's sort of slightly superstitious, I suppose. That's because people, as I said earlier, were kind enough to send me some after Diana was last on the programme.
Well, I feel it's standing up for angels and saying, look, I believe in this, and I'm prepared to stand up and say, I believe in this. And women are, because they've got much more creative minds, much more awareness.
They're quite a feminine sort of, I mean, looking at the brooch you're wearing now, they're quite, I mean, angels are traditionally neither one sex nor the other, but they look kind of in outline very feminine, don't they?
Angels are androgynous, they're beyond sexuality.
Well, I remember last time you were on, you were telling me that angels were very playful and had a good sense of humour, and you can't really insult them, you know, they're fine. So, I haven't told you about, maybe I've told you about this. You were off, it was when you had your operation. We've done an item about angels again, and I went back into the office with everybody, and I got a piece of paper and tore it into 12 strips, and on 11 strips I wrote, there are no such things as angels, and on the one strip I put, angels exist. Screwed them all up, put them into a hat, and called Geraldine in from the outer office, right, and there's about 8 of us in the office. And she, this is no word of a lie. Linda said, Geraldine, just pop in a second, and she came into the editor's office, and she came in, and she looked at everybody, and she said, oh, I think I need a guardian angel. That's what she said.
Really?
And she had no idea what we were talking about.
Gosh.
And
honestly,
which one did she pick?
And we scrambled them up, and she picked the one that said, angels exist.
Of course.
How about that? How about that?
Quite a simple
Is that how you make all your decisions?
They were working. It would be a good way to make decisions.
fun in our office.
A very good way of making decisions
It
in
was
the future.
fantastic. You know, what does one say? Except that happened, and we all went, wow.
That's not how you choose your experts, is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, names out of
Gosh, exists.
And did you find a little white feather, perhaps, at any time?
Yeah, but I see Karen believes in angels, and when Karen's here, when Judy can't be here, I mean, I'm sure she drops feathers in my way, because I did find a feather on the threshold of my dressing room the other day.
Yes.
Someone's messing about here.
A lot of people rang in with that experience.
Well, they found a white feather.
Yes, particularly after the phone-in, last time it was done.
As soon as you believe in angels and you start to recognise the signs, they will drop little white feathers to tell you that they're around and just to guide you. If you want some guidance and say, is this right? And you need that guidance, they will drop a little white feather in for you.
And that means it is right.
Well, that means it's right.
Right.
It certainly drops a lot on me.
You're doing something right.
It's funny, isn't it, how, whatever you call them, whether you call them presences or angels or what, how you can get quite a strong sense of past life.
Yeah, this is a very common experience where you sense the presence of someone who's passed on. Is that what you're experiencing, really? Because one of the other things that often happens, the sort of non-angel explanation, would be that sometimes you have a smell or hear something that brings back the memory of the person. And it's really the memory that you're experiencing, which is the presence.
I get a smell with my gran, but it's not in my house. It's when I go down my mum's.
What kind of a smell?
It's my nan.
I know.
Smell.
What, talcum powder and milk sort of smell?
No, 4711.
What's 4711?
Hello,
Is
do you
it?
remember 4711?
No, I'm afraid no.
God, blimey.
It's, you know when you go in someone's house and you can smell roast dinner and it hits you when you go through the door?
Yeah.
It's the same when I go into my mum's house. It hits me and I say to my mum, oh, Gran must be here today. She says, oh, yes, she's always floating around.
But smells are very evocative of memories, actually.
Yeah.
Smells often bring back memories. So that would be the angel explanation from a doctor's standpoint.
James.
Yes, however, spirits do have a smell, and when you awake to higher energies, then they have more of a smell. It doesn't sound as if they're your guardian angels, because guardian angels are high spiritual beings that don't take a body. But it does sound as if they're guiding you, and we all have spirit guides as well as angels. We are so protected and looked after while we're on Earth, and what we have to do is learn to ask. And you've been very lucky to have this experience of being able to connect with them and have the comfort of their presence still.
Well, I feel very privileged, I must admit.
But why is it best to go to an angel rather than going straight to the man himself? Why not just go straight to God and say, I need a hand here. Why
You
do
can
have to
do
ask the
that,
middleman?
but angels are intermediaries, and most people find it easier to connect because of the sense and the warmth and the love coming to them.
But also angels are a more personal experience.
Yeah.
And also I think people find angels less judgmental and therefore less
Well, I don't think God is
judgmental.
judgmental. There is no judgment from source. It's our own judgment that we put on. But angels, everyone has their own individual guardian angel that's with them throughout their life. And so, of course, they have that personal connection with them, as you say.
Well, I'm happy.